So today I got the WORKSITE 20V cordless planer. It's a comes with a 4 amp hour 20V lithium-ion battery. The battery's not bad. It's got a little charge indicator on there, like a lot of OEMs. Press the button, you can see your charge status. Not too bad. The bottom of the business end, it's got the standard kickstand. You know, you just flip it down so you don't have an inadvertent catching on a blade or just dulling your blades. Got 2-blade system. You know, standard 3-inch width, 2 opposing blades. Pretty sharp. I haven't done a hardness test on it yet. As far as your the diverter chute, you know, you can do left side or right side. You know, put your bag there if you're using a bag, or a dust collection system, but it's cordless, so you'd want to use the bag. Got your depth adjust for the front shoe from 0 up to 1.5 millimeter. Of course, I'd rather it be in inches than millimeter, but it is what it is. It's got some nice detents. You know, it locks in pretty solid on the number, so there's no drifting on that. Not too bad. You got a standard, you know, guide. Pretty decent steel. You know, it's pretty typical. You got your adjustment shoe. You can see this is pretty hefty stock. This is 1/8" steel for this, so you're not going to get a lot of flex out of that. Got a little depth indicator, you know, depth gauge. It's got some markings on there. There you go. And then they give you a couple of replacement blades for it too. You can't beat that. So not too bad. Standard little battery charger. Pretty straightforward. Green is good and red is bad. So let's take it apart and see what makes this thing tick. So I'll pull off the main drive side, and you can see we've got a typical V-belt on this guy here. And they give you the little handy dandy carrying bag. It's not bad, you know. It's a bag. Fits everything in there pretty snugly. You know, it's a bag. And then of course you got the dust collection bag, you know, pops on the side. Pretty decent size. The problem I got with this is that little zipper down here. It's a little tiny. Trying to get the dust out of that thing, that could be annoying. It's only that long for the opening. So, you know, trying to get that out could be a little frustrating. It'd be nice if the zipper's on the end, you just dump it out, or make it full length. But not a showstopper, that's for sure. Just little minor inconvenience. Okay, so the other thing is, you know, to get these blades out, you know, you've got some 3 nuts up there, and you've got a couple Allens here. You know, they give you the little Allen wrench that comes with it, sure. But the wrench for these is on the side right here. It's this little detent, just pulls out of the unit, and they give you that little wrench right there. It locks in pretty firm. You know, the thing locks in. I don't think that's going to vibrate out when you're using it. Okay, another little feature, it's pretty minor, but I like it. You've got this chamfer guide right here. It's a you know, it's just a 45-degree notch in there. It's about an 1/8 inch deep. It's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it's about an 1/8 inch or so. But it's nice for if you're chamfering an edge of whatever. Gives you a nice little guide to ride in there. Okay, so I have the unit upside down right now, and I got a level clamp to it. And you're looking perpendicular to the side of the bottom plate right here. And you can see there's no gap between the level and the back plate. But as you come forward, you can start seeing that front plate just isn't square. You can start seeing a gap there as I bring this front plate away. You can see the gap to the front is a little bit bigger than the one to the back. And actually, it seems like it has like a bump in it, like a high point right about here or so. So it's not exactly flat. Not too big a deal. You can see right there, it's kind of hitting at this bump right here. Not making any contact there. Definitely a little less contact in the front. Not a showstopper, but that's really about right in there is 0. Going by level with the plate. And if we look at the setting on this, we're 2 detents over 0. So 0 is not 0 on this. Kind of a drawback, because, you know, when you're in the field, you're on a job site, you want to trust the dial. You don't want to just say, oh, it's at 0 and have it not be at 0. It's going to be something less. So that's kind of a drawback. On this one, I'll have to mark that as 0 and then see where the full setting, what that depth really is. Okay, so I've got this set on 0. Let's just see, make sure it's really 0. Takes off nothing. So 0, 0, that's good. I've got it set to 0.5 on this. Let's see how much it takes off. Okay, this time I've got it set to, on this dial, to 1. So this first cut was set to 0.5, which equates to 0.5 millimeter on the gauge. But when you look at it, I stopped right here. I could feel this has been woodworking for years, and that's a 1/16 of an inch. I don't care what you call it. And if you look at it, you can see it's just took off the surface. So it's definitely not a 0.5 millimeter, that's for sure. The second cut I set to 1 millimeter. And as a gauge, I put this flat bar on here, which is 0.08 inches. It did took a pretty good amount off, but not as indicated on the dial. And the third cut I set to 1.5, which is 1.5 on their gauge. And you can see this bar I have here is 0.08 inches, which equals about 3/32. So it took off less than an 1/8 inch, but a little bit more. Didn't do too bad either. I mean, it felt good, but they're new blades too. Okay, the blade width on this cross is 3 1/8. I got a 3 1/4 inch board here. Let's see how it does. Setting it to 1 millimeter according to this depth gauge. Yeah, it took off about a 1/16 of an inch, pretty steady. It's pretty smooth, pretty consistent. I got a little lip over here because I wrote off the edge, but didn't do too bad. Although I will say the dust collection sucks. You can see how much I got on the desktop here, and I got more out here than I do in the bag. So it's about a 50-50 collector, and I had it the full width, so it really had no room to kick it out down the bottom, although it did. Yeah, it is what it is. So the dust collection's fair at best.